Olli Parkkonen from the Nuuka Solutions, and he will present us about the service buildings kind of things. So you can introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Olli Parkkonen and I come company called Nuuka Solutions. A few words about the company first. So basically Nuuka is a Finnish software company and we provide data platform for real estate owners like commercial real estate investors and cities. And the challenge in today's buildings and cities is that there's a lot of data in buildings. The data is in different data sources behind different individuals, and the sharing of the information gets delayed. And basically, our solution enables efficient and transparent management of smart buildings by leveraging the big data. And today, our solution is in use in a bit of over 2,500 buildings across 6 countries in the Nordics, Benelux, and a few in the US. And our team has quite extensive experience in the ICT, energy, and real estate sector. Here on the left, you can see kind of traditional way of handling the data in today's real estate organizations and cities. Like I said, the data is stored in different data sources. It's behind different individuals, and the sharing of the information gets delayed. We call this a chaos model. On the right, you can see our solution to this challenge. We bring the data from different data sources into one data platform, which is called Nuuka, and this enables that the data can be shared transparently, efficiently, in real time to different stakeholders in the real estate, like to property management, building owners, maintenance, personnel, and so on. Next, a few words about City of Helsinki. As we all know, City of Helsinki aims to be carbon neutral by 2035. They want to be a trendsetter in the energy efficiency internationally, and they want to involve the users of the buildings in order to achieve these goals. And there is also a project called Smart and Clean, as many of you know, and the plan is to improve the indoor climate in the buildings. And last year, City of Helsinki acquired Nuuka system, and basically now we have implemented our software to the 1,000 public buildings in the City of Helsinki, and basically we're trying to help City of Helsinki to achieve all of these aforementioned goals. And if we take a look more specifically what we do, actually right now with Helsinki, we connect to the different data sources, like I mentioned. We connect to different building automation systems, indoor climate sensors, utility companies, energy meters, sub-meters. We also actually collect data from camera technology, as well as we collect data from the users of the buildings in order to collect the subjective feedback from them. After this, we collect the data, we bring it to our platform, which is built on top of Microsoft Azure. And let me remind you that the communication is two-way, so we can actually also control the buildings and, for example, change the set points in the BMS systems. Anyway, based on this data, we have created our own software modules, which are related to these things that you can see over here. But for example, for City of Helsinki, we are now providing energy reporting tool for their whole 1,000 public buildings. So basically, we monitor the electricity, heat, water, consumption, costs, and emissions on our level. And this enables the energy efficiency improvements in the buildings based on the data. We also monitor the indoor climate in the buildings, for example, CO2 levels, humidity, temperature, particles, and so on. And we also make sure that by using our analytics that the HVAC processes are working as they should in the buildings. One interesting thing is this feedback. So a company called Feedbackly is collecting subjective feedback from the users of the buildings, how they actually feel about the indoor air. And then when we can compare this information to the actual objective data from the sensors, we can get pretty nice analysis based on the data. Then we also provide some optional services like waste reporting, sustainability reporting, space efficiency reporting, and demand response solution. I will tell more about the demand response later on. But basically, City of Helsinki will get a user interface where they can see all of this data, different key performance indicators. Notifications based on this data will be sent to different stakeholders like maintenance, property management, and so on. And there's API, so all of this data is shareable to different third-party providers through our API, according to City of Helsinki's own will. So the City of Helsinki owns the data, not us. Then putting this into timeline, so this year we have implemented the energy reporting, heating, ventilation, cooling, analytics, and indoor climate part of the Nuuka. On the second half of the year, we're implementing the subjective feedback analytics part of the service to Nuuka as well. City of Helsinki starts also tracking the occupancy of the buildings by using camera technology, so we can actually see where the people in the buildings are going. And the application in the future could be that we could steer down, for example, the air handling unit based on the people flow of the building. And the demand response is something that we are working on right now as well. More about that later. But then in the future, as we have all these data series in place, we can actually start to utilize machine learning models. And this is something that Helsinki has mentioned that they are really interested in about. And you actually need this kind of data platforms where you have all these data series in place. And I think after that, we can actually start calling these old buildings a bit more smarter buildings, and maybe this will lead to more smart city as well. Quickly, a few words about actual product, how it looks like. So like mentioned, it's a platform where there is different software modules included. These software modules can be used separately or combined. And basically the customer and Helsinki sees this kind of user interface. So it's a web-based software or mobile application. And a few kind of sneak peeks about City of Helsinki own account. So this is the front page. So basically now City of Helsinki can track all of their over 1,000 buildings in one screen. You can see how they're doing in terms of energy efficiency, indoor climate, space efficiency, and so on. So this basically, you see the whole portfolio level, then you can drill down into the actual process level in the buildings. So how the air handling units are working, how the cooling processes are working, and we track every single data point in real time. And then we can, for example, see how the electricity consumption is performing in real time, or CO2 ppm levels per every 10 minutes interval. So yeah, it enables a lot of stuff you can do. And then just another example from Kalasatama. So we're also monitoring indoor climate and energy consumption of the residential buildings as well. And in these smart buildings in Kalasatama, they have sub-metered the apartments in the way that you can actually see how much the stove or television or some other devices in the apartments are consuming electricity. So it's interesting as well. Last thing, the demand response thing that I mentioned about, and so basically, right now we are doing a project together with City of Helsinki where we are researching how we could use the city buildings as virtual power plants. And a bit of background about the demand response. So in the electricity grid, the supply and demand of the electricity needs to be constant at all times. So basically, if the demand is higher, then the supply needs to increase as well. So if we can use buildings which consume electricity as energy storages, we could utilize City of Helsinki's buildings in this demand response as well. And basically, our platform, as mentioned, is enabling the controlling of the building. So if we could aggregate a lot of city buildings and steer down a lot of air handling units up or down, we could make some money out of it, but maybe more importantly, we could make the buildings more sustainable and greener. And right now, the grid operator needs to start some fossil or turbine production plants in some winter morning in order to keep the grid balance stable. So this could be a solution for that. And this is something that we are working on with City of Helsinki, and collecting the data from the buildings plays important role in this as well. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.